What's going on, guys? Sorry, I'm a little late this week. I know, and by a little late, I mean very late. But I got a job, and when I work earlier than I usually do, things happen. So bear with me. Thank you for bearing with me. Those are the people that asked where the video is. I really appreciate you. Just so you know, I do. I appreciate you. But here it is. Bills 4-2. We're excited. 4 straight wins. Who would have seen it coming? After going 0-2. Are the Bills good? I guess would be the number one question I would have coming out of San Francisco. Are the Bills a good team? Here's another question. What do good teams do when they play bad teams, especially at home? They clown them. They take care of business. That's what the Bills did on Sunday against San Francisco. It took them a little bit longer, but they destroyed San Francisco. 45-16. They ran all over them. They kind of had the game, within their grasp most of the way. Now, it was 17-16 there for a while? 17-13, San Francisco led at one point, 10-7, up 3-0, then it was 7-3, 10-7. So it was close there in the third quarter for a little bit, and even though I felt like the Bills were they're walking these guys down the field. All it takes is one mistake, one play to go their way, and suddenly you're down, and then you're out of your element, and, that's how that works. You can't give bad teams second chances like that. And to the Bills' credit, they did not. They took care of business. The only touchdown that San Francisco scored was a completely broken play, on the defense at least. Two guys took the underneath, Gilmore and it might have been Darby. They took the underneath guy, and Aaron Williams is left hung out to dry, trying to get over to Torrey Smith. Kaepernick, whatever, had an easy throw. Am I supposed to be impressed by that throw? I'm not. I'm not impressed by Colin Kaepernick, the football player, I will tell you that. He's still got the legs. I was impressed by him getting away from Hughes, for the safety. Although Hughes obviously should have wrapped him up. But, whatever. Nice play. Still not impressed by the football player. Was pretty impressed by Colin Kaepernick, the person. I saw him after the game. I didn't talk to him, but he was talking to anyone that would ask him a question or whatever, taking pictures. He was pretty nice. I will give him that. And like I said last week, he's educated on the subject that he's standing for, and I appreciate that, although I disagree with it. Moving away from him. Impressed by LaShawn McCoy. Impressed by Tyrod Taylor. Somehow he doesn't turn the ball over. And I love that about him. The fumble probably gets charged to him in the first quarter. It led to the Niners field goal. But, literally, I don't think it was either Miller or Mills. Just straight up didn't block the guy. And he comes through and just jumps on his back. Tyrod is nothing. There's no way he could have known. Literally no way. I thought, other than that, the Bills' offensive line completely dominated the entire game. Holes for everyone, for McCoy, for Taylor, for Gillislee. Wow. Just a beatdown. And that's what good teams are supposed to do to bad teams. So, are the Bills good? Don't we want to see what they can do against a good team first? Not that Arizona's a bad team, but we don't know LA. I guess really the question is a good quarterback, right? We're going to find out in 2 weeks. And I don't want to jump ahead, because the Bills really need to take care of business this week against Miami. Miami, also not a good team. 2-4. They beat the Steelers at home last week, to their credit. This is their third straight home game, so I'm going to give them a little bit of an edge there. They haven't traveled at all in the last 3 weeks. But the win against the Steelers came against Landry Jones for half of the game. They ran the ball like crazy, I'll give them that. Piled up 222 rushing yards. Was it a fluke? I'm tempted to say yes. In their other 5 games, they had only surpassed 70 rushing yards one time in their other win against Cleveland, who they really should have lost to. They gave that game away. Cleveland had that game. The kicker just had to make a field goal, like a 39-yard or a 40-yard field goal. The Dolphins got sacked, fumbled in the last minute, and gave the game away to Cleveland. So there you go. That's the kind of team we're dealing with. They lost to Seattle. They lost to New England. They lost to Cincinnati. They lost to Tennessee. Now, Seattle and New England were pretty good at the time. Garoppolo was playing for New England. Seattle thought to be one of the better teams in the league. Cincinnati also thought to be one of the better teams in the league. They're 2-4. Tennessee, not really sure what they are. Up and coming, maybe. But let me give you some stats on Miami real quick. Week 1, they lost 12-10. They had 11 first downs and 214 total yards. Week 2 against New England, 31-24, 23 first downs, 457 yards. A lot of that in the second half where they were coming back. The first half, they were getting their doors blown off them. I'm going to skip over the Browns because I'm driving at something here. Week 4, Bengals lost 22-7, 8 first downs, 222 total yards. Week 5, Tennessee lost 30-17, 8 first downs, 200 total yards. There you go. 3 of their 4 losses, they have had 222 total yards or less, and 11 or less first downs. And the only one that's the exception is New England, where they were down, it was at least 24-3 at half, and they might have been down 31-3 at one point, or 24-10, then 31-10. They got beat pretty handily by Jimmy Garoppolo in one half. So the Pittsburgh game, a little bit of an outlier, obviously, because Jay Ajayi runs nuts. Am I supposed to buy into Jay Ajayi? Because I kind of don't. I don't buy into Ryan Tannehill. Before the Pittsburgh game, the Dolphins had turned the ball over 11 times in their previous 4 games. They didn't turn it over at all against Pittsburgh. So there you go. They're not impressive on defense. They have allowed over 400 yards, 398 against Tennessee. So, 398, they've allowed more than 398 yards 3 times. They allowed 430 yards to the Browns, 352 to the Seahawks, 362 to the Bengals, 297 to the Steelers. No doubt, no denying that the Steelers game was their best performance of the season thus far. They are second worst in the league against the run. Tennessee rolled up 235 yards on them. Only the Bengals didn't rack up at least 100 yards. They only got to 77. So, they're vulnerable. They're 2-4. They're not that good. I don't think Adam Gase maybe is ready to be head coach, or at least he's still getting his feet wet, so to speak, because I am not fearful of Miami at all. And honestly, never have I been as long as Ryan Tannehill has been the quarterback. Here's Ryan Tannehill in he's played the Bills for the first 4 seasons of his career. The first meeting, every time each year, he's lost. They lost 19-14. His rookie year, he completed half of his passes, touchdown and 2 picks. Second year, they lost 23-21, completed half of his passes, 51%, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. The next year, they lost 29-10, completed 63% of his passes, finally, with 31 of 49, touchdown and a pick. Last year, the Bills killed them, 41-14, completed 53% of his passes, 297, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. So there you go. His highest QB rating in the first meeting against the Bills in his career, first seasonal meeting, 73.6, came in 2014. 73.6, 71.2, 59.7, 46.9. He's been sacked, 11 times in the first meeting with the Bills. This bodes well for the Bills. I know that, I don't know, you can look at, history and whatnot and be like, well, everything is new now. I'm like, I mean, he's still the same player. Second meeting, he's fared a little bit better. QB ratings of 114.8, 100.5, 93.7, then 45.6 and 1, where the Bills shut them out 19-0. But the first meeting of the year, the Bills have really had his number. And honestly, I expect them to do the same this week. I'm not really, whatever. He's 2-6 against the Bills in his career. I'm just not impressed with him against the Bills, at least. And I don't know if, Miami fans are really that impressed with him, period. The last 7 seasons, now he's been there the last 4, but the last 7 seasons, the Dolphins have finished either 6-10, 7-9, or 8-8. We're not alone. We are not alone, guys. I know that sounds like a Bills stat. I swear, it's not. That's a Dolphins stat. The last 7 seasons, 6-10, 7-9, 8-8. That's always what they are. And they won a division one time by fluke, 11-5 with Chad Pennington. Like the year before that, where they go? They went 1-15. And the year before that, they went 6-10. This is what the Dolphins are right now. And I shouldn't be over here flexing as a Bills fan, John Walling, whatever. I shouldn't be doing that because the Bills have been terrible. But not really against the Dolphins. At least the last 4 seasons are 6-2. So what do the Bills got to do on Sunday? Doesn't look like LaShawn McCoy's going to play. Maybe he does. Do we rest him? Keep him healthy for New England. Seems like a smart idea. Can you beat Miami without him? I hope so. You should be able to. Who's their leading tackler? Kiko Alonso. So shouldn't we want to see, don't we want to see though, LaShawn McCoy against Kiko, even though Chip Kelly's not there, even though the Eagles aren't involved, whatever. Just for fun. We want to see Shady make Kiko miss. I kind of do. And Ndamukong Suh's there. That might be the best matchup for the Dolphins. Ndamukong Suh against John Miller and Eric Wood. And Incognito in there. Mario Williams. Only played 13 snaps last week. The effort's not there. They're challenging him to make plays. No way! You're kidding. Rashad Jones out for the season. Big loss for them. I'm not impressed by this team. By this team defensively, I think the Bills should be able to beat them without LaShawn McCoy. I think the bigger loss, honestly, there's an argument to be made for the bigger loss being Robert Woods, because who are we going to throw the ball to? Marquise Goodwin and Justin Hunter and Charles Clay? Maybe. Bills do have kind of a lot of former Dolphins on their offense. Gillislee, former Dolphin, drafted by the Dolphins. Charles Clay, drafted by the Dolphins. Justin Hunter, played with the Dolphins in the offseason. They get out of here, dude. Richie Incognito, there you go. All former Dolphins. So there's a motivational factor there, I guess. I don't know how long that effect could possibly last, but it's there. Bottom line, I just think the Bills need to take care of the football. Tyrod Taylor does that. He takes care of the football. I don't know. I forgot one. Sorry, I forgot one. Reggie Bush, former Dolphin. As you may remember. Any chance that this is the Reggie Bush game, this is the one where we unleash the Corvette or the Ferrari that is Reggie Bush. I hope so. Whatever. I don't see why not. Even if McCoy plays, I can't see him getting more than 10 carries. And I just would rather him not get hurt, but I would rather him be out there. And I know that's completely contradictory, but that's just how I feel. I think the Bills win every matchup on offense. Maybe, draws at receiver and corner because the Bills aren't that good there at receiver this week. But I think the Bills went up front despite Ndamukong Suh. And I think they have the better quarterback. I do. I think Tyrod Taylor's better than Ryan Tannehill, at least against the Bills. I am obviously a little bit fearful of Jarvis Landry. Tackling him is a big thing. But I don't know. Devontae Parker's a good big receiver. But I'm trusting our corners. I trust the corners, guys. I don't think it's going to be easy on Sunday. I really don't. I don't think it's going to be easy as it was last year in Miami, 41-14. I can't see that. But I'm going to pick the Bills to win this game. 19-17. There you go. I don't know what they're going to be down in terms of personnel, but they're going to pull this out. 19-17. Guys, thank you for coming this far in the video. Hit me up on Twitter. Username same as my Twitter handle, same as my username. Thank you for waiting for the video, and as always, go Bills.